Right now, at this moment, snow and sleet are falling across 5 states. By tonight, that number doubles. By Sunday morning, the entire southeast from Oklahoma to Virginia deals with winter weather, and by Monday, the question shifts from where it snows to how long before roads are passable again. This is a timeline story, not just where and how much, but when. Because timing determines everything from accumulation totals to ice potential to how long you restuck at home. Let's start with what is already happening, because the storm isn't coming. For millions of people, it's here. Since yesterday evening, central Arkansas has been buried. Bryant recorded 4 to 5 inches of mixed sleet and snow. Harrison sitting under 2 to 3 inches of powder. Little Rock experiencing continuous heavy sleet. Temperatures in the low teens, no break in sight until afternoon. Memphis tells the transition timeline. Midnight to 6 in the morning, snow accumulating, 3 inches on the ground. 6 to 9 this morning, transition to heavy sleet, loud enough to wake anyone trying to sleep. Current conditions 14 degrees, wind chill 1 below, heavy sleet ongoing, expected through midday. Possible flip back to snow this afternoon, but just 100 miles east. The timeline is different. Nashville at 7 in the morning, nothing. Radar showed precipitation. Ground showed cold air and frustration. 7:15, light snow finally begins, hours behind schedule. That delay matters. You can make up lost accumulation time. Chattanooga at 7 in the morning, heavy snow in some areas, nothing in others 20 minutes away. 8 in the morning, more widespread snow developing, variable intensity. This is the challenge with these systems. Neighboring towns on completely different timelines. Kentucky through mid-morning, mostly waiting. Some light flurries, some areas completely dry. The moisture is aloft. It's just not reaching the surface yet in many locations. Northwest Georgia. Before sunrise, freezing rain beginning, power flickering. This started earlier than most models suggested. That's concerning because it means the warm layer aloft extended further north overnight than anticipated. The Carolinas through this morning, calm. Cold settling in. Fayetteville watching temperatures drop from 33 to 32. Laurinburg experiencing a temperature crash, 42 degrees at 5:30, 34 by 8. Wind increasing, the cold air is winning the battle, but precipitation waits until tonight. So that S where we are now, mid-morning Saturday, parts of the region already buried, parts still waiting. The question is what happens over the next 12, 24, 36 hours. Let me walk through the timeline region by region, not just the forecast, the when, Arkansas and Oklahoma timeline. The heavy precipitation phase is essentially over. What you see is what you re-dealing with through the weekend. Temperatures stay well below freezing Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday night, some moderation Monday, but roads want to be cleared in many areas until Monday afternoon at earliest. Rural roads, possibly days longer. Your timeline if you are there. Saturday through Sunday, stay put. Monday morning, assess. Even then, Don T assume roads are safe. Wait for official clearance. Memphis timeline. Heavy sleet continues through 1 or 2 this afternoon. Possible transition back to snow between 2 and 6 this evening as the warm layer aloft weakens. Light snow or flurries overnight. Ending Sunday morning. Temperatures remain below freezing through Sunday. Some rise toward freezing Monday. Total accumulation by Sunday morning, 6 to 10 inches combined sleet and snow. Ice underneath, 1/4 inch or less. Your timeline, Saturday, dawn to go out, period. Saturday night, still dawn to go out. Sunday, conditions might allow emergency travel only. Monday, roads start improving but still dangerous. Middle Tennessee timeline. This is where it gets complicated because the warm layer battle determines everything. Nashville and surrounding areas. Light to moderate snow ongoing through late morning. 11 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. Heaviest snow. 4 to 8 this evening. Possible period of mixed precipitation if warm layer advances. 8 this evening through midnight. Back to snow if mixed precipitation occurs or continuing snow if it doesn't. Sunday morning tapering off. Total accumulation depends on that afternoon and evening period. All snow scenario, 4 to 7 inches. Mixed precipitation scenario, 3 to 5 inches snow plus some sleet. Your timeline, Saturday morning, last chance for essential errands. Saturday afternoon, stay home. Saturday evening through Sunday morning, hunker down. Sunday afternoon, assess but dawn to assume roads are clear. Monday, improvement begins. Chattanooga through northern Georgia timeline. Snow ongoing now. 10 this morning through 4 this afternoon, moderate to heavy snow with possible sleet mixing. 4 this afternoon through 10 this evening, mixed precipitation likely. Snow, sleet, freezing rain all possible. 10 this evening through Sunday morning, tapering to light snow or flurries. Ice accumulation, quarter to half-inch possible, primarily during that afternoon and evening window. Your timeline, Saturday morning, if you haven't prepared, do it now. You have maybe an hour or two. Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning, dawn to go outside except absolute emergency. Sunday, roads impassable in most areas. Monday, slow improvement starts. East Tennessee timeline, Knoxville and northward. Late morning, snow developing. Noon through 6 this evening, moderate snow. 6 this evening through midnight, lighter snow. Sunday morning, ending. Accumulation 3 to 6 inches depending on how efficiently moisture moves inland. Your timeline, Saturday morning, prepare. Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning, stay home. Sunday afternoon, conditions start improving, but roads still dangerous. Monday, significant improvement. Kentucky timeline. Along and south of Interstate 64. Late morning through early afternoon, snow developing. Afternoon through evening, moderate to occasionally heavy snow. Possible brief period of sleet in far southern areas if warm layer pushes that far north. Overnight, continuing snow. Sunday morning, tapering. Accumulation, 4 to 8 inches. Less if sleet mixes in southern areas. Your timeline, Saturday morning, final preparations. Saturday afternoon through Sunday, stay home. Monday, roads begin clearing. Carolina's timeline. This is the next major phase of the storm. Central North Carolina, Raleigh, Charlotte, Greensboro, the Triad. 10 this evening through midnight, snow developing. Midnight through 8, Sunday morning, heavy snow at times. Sunday morning through Sunday afternoon, gradually ending. Accumulation, 6 to 10 inches, possibly more if rates really intensify overnight. Your timeline, Saturday, prepare. Saturday night, stay home once snow starts. Sunday, roads impassable most of the day. Monday, some improvement, but many roads still not clear. Tuesday, significant clearing operations. South Carolina and northern Georgia. Columbia, Greenville, Athens. Midnight through 3. Sunday morning, snow developing. 3 Sunday morning through noon, moderate to heavy snow. Sunday afternoon, tapering. Accumulation, 4 to 8 inches, less further south. Your timeline. Saturday night, once it starts, you are home. Sunday, dawn to plan on going anywhere. Monday, slow improvement. Tuesday, better. Atlanta timeline. This is on the edge. Late Saturday night through Sunday morning, possible snow. Amounts uncertain. 2 to 5 inches if it materializes. Could be less if the track shifts. Your timeline. Saturday night, monitor forecasts closely. Sunday, plan on staying home regardless. Even 2 inches shuts down the metro. Virginia timeline. Shenandoah Valley through Richmond. Sunday morning, snow developing. Sunday afternoon, moderate to heavy snow. Sunday evening continuing. Monday morning tapering. Accumulation 4 to 8 inches in valleys, more in mountains. Your timeline. Saturday, prepare. Sunday, stay home all day. Monday, roads still dangerous through midday. Tuesday, significant improvement. Looking beyond this immediate system. Monday into Tuesday, the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast watch a potential coastal storm. Too early for specific timelines or amounts. Models disagree. By Sunday evening, we all have clarity. Longer-term pattern. The cold persists through the end of the month. Multiple systems possible. This isn't a one-time event. Now the practical timeline, what you should be doing and when. If you are in Arkansas, Oklahoma, or areas already experiencing heavy precipitation, your action timeline is over. You are in survival mode now. Stay inside, Don T drive, monitor power situation, check on neighbors if you can do so safely. If you are in Middle Tennessee, Kentucky, areas where precipitation is ongoing or just starting. Your action timeline, next 2 to 3 hours maximum. After that, conditions deteriorate too rapidly. Get essential items now if you need them, then get home and stay there if you're in the Carolinas or Virginia. Your action timeline, today, all day, tonight it starts. Once it does, you are committed to staying put for at least 24 hours, probably longer. Everyone should have a timeline for checking on vulnerable people. Before the storm, during the storm if safely possible, after the storm. Elderly neighbors, people with medical conditions, people living alone, have a plan for when and how you all check on them. Power outage timeline. If ice accumulates, outages could begin this afternoon in some areas. Peak outage risk, tonight through Sunday morning as ice loading maximizes. Duration if power goes out, could be hours, could be days depending on severity and location. Have a timeline for power loss. First hour, use battery power, stay warm with layers. First night, if house gets too cold, execute backup plan. Next day, reassess, possibly relocate if power isn't restored. Road clearing timeline. Major highways. Crews work continuously, but ice and snow make progress slow. Priority routes might be passable Monday. Secondary roads, Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Rural roads could be days in some areas. Don T expect normal conditions even on Tuesday. Expect significant disruption through midweek. Temperature timeline matters. Saturday through Sunday, well below freezing everywhere. Monday, slow moderation begins, but most areas stay below freezing. Tuesday, some areas reach above freezing during afternoon. Wednesday, more widespread melting begins. This means whatever falls this weekend sticks around. Ice and snow on roads dawn to melt until at least Tuesday in most places. Some areas Wednesday or later. Common timeline questions. When should I go to the store? Arkansas, Oklahoma, Memphis area. Too late. You are already in it. Middle Tennessee, Kentucky. Now. Not this afternoon. Now. Carolinas, Virginia. Any time today. Tonight is too late. When will roads be safe? Depends entirely on location. Major highways and cities. Possibly Monday afternoon. Everywhere else. Tuesday at earliest. Possibly later. When will power be restored if it goes out? Impossible to predict. Crews work as fast as safely possible. But if ice brings down lines extensively, it could be days. Have a plan that doesn't assume quick restoration. When does this end? Active precipitation, mostly by Sunday afternoon for the South, Monday for Virginia and areas further north. Road impacts through midweek. Below freezing temperatures through early next week, moderating slowly. Pattern change, not until February. One thing about timelines, they change. Storms speed up or slow down. Systems strengthen or weaken. What I am giving you is based on current model guidance and observed trends, but winter storms Don T follow schedules precisely. That's why you prepare earlier than you think necessary. That's why you don't wait until the last minute. That's why you monitor updates continuously. The National Weather Service updates frequently. Their timelines might shift based on new data. Pay attention to those updates for your specific area. This timeline Ivy laid out is aggressive, meaning it assumes things start when models suggest and accumulate as efficiently as forecast. Reality often runs a bit behind or accumulates a bit less, but you can count on that. You plan for the aggressive scenario and adjust if conditions end up lighter. A note on the warm layer timeline. That layer aloft is forecast to advance north this afternoon and evening, then retreat overnight. If it follows that timeline, Middle Tennessee sees a period of mixed precipitation this evening, then flips back to snow overnight. But atmospheric layers Don T always follow forecast timelines precisely. Small timing changes create big differences on the ground. That's why Nashville needs to monitor conditions closely through this afternoon and evening. Final timeline thoughts. Medical professionals, first responders, essential workers, your timeline is different. You don't get to wait this out at home. Make sure you have supplies to stay at work for extended periods. Make sure your family knows your timeline for when you can and can't communicate. For everyone else, your timeline for the next 72 hours is simple. Prepare now. Hunker down once it starts. Stay down until Monday at earliest. Check on people when safe to do so. Monitor official sources for updates. This is a multi-day event, not a quick hit. Plan accordingly. The storm started Friday night in some areas. It won to fully clear the region until Monday. Even then, impacts continue through midweek. We were not talking about a Saturday inconvenience. We were talking about a Saturday through Tuesday disruption at minimum. Understand that timeline, plan for that timeline, and stay flexible because timelines in weather forecasting are educated estimates, not guarantees. Stay safe, monitor conditions, follow the timeline that keeps you and your family secure. More updates throughout the weekend as timelines firm up or shift based on